everyone, back for another video, and as you can see of the chaos around me, I have an interesting video ahead, so stay tuned. So, I'm just currently going through a bunch of Barbies I got out of storage last week, actually this past weekend. So, I've been cleaning them up and getting them fixed up, so I just thought I'd show you guys kind of the chaos of what's going on. So, but yeah, I went to, as some of you might already know, I moved into the house I'm currently in almost 2 years ago, and of course I had to leave we had to put a bunch of my stuff in storage. Unfortunately, that storage consists of a metal tarp, like not a metal tarp, but a carport. I don't even know if it's would be considered a garage, but it's kind of like when it's just a metal covering. It's like a metal roof with 2 bars to keep the metal roof up, and that's it, on the side of a house. So there's no there's no like walls protecting, so my dolls are not inside a house or anything like that. They're literally exposed to the elements. What I've done is, before I moved, I put them in the containers, put lids on, stuff like that, and then we put a tarp around everything, and I covered my dolls, some of my dolls, with like blankets and stuff to keep them out of the elements. But something happened in between my time here. I went back and there was literally a box of my VHS tapes like crushing a bunch of my doll containers and stuff, and some of my boxes actually got ruined. So you can see my Mermaid fantasy doll over there. She's one of the many Mermaid fantasy dolls I have. I got her box out of storage to protect it, and it was literally crushed. I reformed it the best that I could. Not sure if you're going to be able to see that very well, but I tried my best to reshape it, and I put one of my best condition Mermaid fantasy doll in there. So there's that, but I made sure I got that. Since that happened, one of the shelves wound up getting broken. It was just someone being careless and throwing my stuff around when they should not have been. But, you know, that's the sad thing about being a doll collector, is people don't realize how much your collection means to you, and so therefore, when you have to put stuff in storage, they can be kind of careless with your dolls and stuff, so it's unfortunate, but it happened and I had to deal with it. Eventually, I went out there to the storage, made that discovery, and I cleaned everything up. So my dolls are once again protected to the best of my ability. I put them all back in the containers because a bunch of them spilled out onto the ground. Some of them were actually on the ground, they were exposed to like the rain and dirt, and some of my dolls were just literally covered in dirt and dust and stuff. So I just thought I'd show you guys. So now some of the dolls I've actually gone through and cleaned. So I suppose I will put them off to the side. So this is actually one of them that I recently washed. She still needs to go out in the sun. You can see her bloom. I got her back in 2014. See if I can focus in on her. There we go. I forget what collection she's from, but she has this like bracelet on. I used to see these at Dollar General all the time, but they are collector ones. They had gowns on and high ponytails. But yeah, like when I got her back in 2014, when I had to move out of my place and move in with my family the first time, I found her at the thrift store, and she had huge blue, like purpley blue stains all over her face. I didn't do acne treatment, I just left her out in the sun, which, as you can see, because of that, her body has slightly, not too bad, but if you turn her over, you can see how bad it is. But since I don't have any acne medication, I need to get some, but I think, you know, maybe a day or so of her being left outside, I will detach her from her body, and then I will put just her head outside, because her face is still fine. There's no discoloration that I know of, but yeah, this one is already clean. So then I wound up getting my Britney Spears doll. This is my only Britney Spears doll. Not the only Britney Spears I've ever had, but... And yeah, she has some discoloration. That actually wasn't from storage, though. That was from me having to keep my dolls outside when I was a kid. So that was probably from 2005. She has had her original hair removed. I took off all her paint on her head because she had mildew stains all over her paint. Very much like you can see there on her eyeshadow, like that gray stuff. So yeah, she's actually not clean. I have some bodies here. Some dolls that I freshly removed their hair. This is one of my McDonald's Barbies. I actually have two of them. I tried filming a video of me taking their hair out and my camera shut off and all that, so yeah, this one is my childhood one that I found in a apartment that was abandoned. And then I found her in 2006, and I got this one in 2017 at a thrift store. So they have been their hair has been freshly removed. They're ready for being rerouted, and they are clean. This doll is another doll I freshly removed her hair because I colored her original hair with Sharpie. And you can see that's what happened to her. Lovely. It's on her nose and everything, and it even stained a bunch of my other dolls. Any of my dolls that touched her basically got stained. So yeah, that's why you don't put Sharpie on your doll's hair. And she's a fruit style Barbie from 2002, I believe, and she's on this twist and turn body. She was originally on a belly button body, like that one. But since her body is kind of messed up, I'm going to keep her on this one for now. I think it suits her. She's clean. We have a Cindy here. At least I think she is. She might be a knockoff of a knockoff. Like, she might be a Cindy knockoff, because it doesn't say Hasbro or anything on her. It just says made in China. But yeah, there's her. She's actually not clean. These bodies are not clean yet. Then we have a Surf's Up Barbie. She's one I found in somebody's garbage, so she is clean. Here's a Sunshine Day Barbie that I repainted her eyes, and in storage her eye paint that I did wound up getting smudged, so I'm going to have to touch that up. But yeah, not the best paint job, but it's the best I can do. So yeah, she is not clean. We have a Ballerina Teresa doll. My first ballet lesson, Teresa, in 2004. A Moxie Teen wig. My Toy Story 3 Barbie. We have this Stacy missing an arm, but I'll have to figure out how to replace that. I got this gorgeous styling head. I already washed her. And she had, like, nail polish all over her lips and eyes and stuff. I scraped it off, though. So, I don't know why I did that. She had, like, blue eyeshadow. I gave her, like, blue eyeshadow and, like, the same color lips as Mermaid Fantasy Barbie has with nail polish. And I don't know why I did that. It looked ugly. But back then, I thought it looked cool. This doll, I don't know who she is. She has a belly button body. She's made in Indonesia. And she has green eyes. And purpley makeup, and that's her platinum wavy hair. So yeah, all these ones are not clean. I got one of my I have two of this fashionista, but when I moved, I didn't really know how many dolls I could store, because I hadn't even seen the house yet, so I just gathered up the Barbies that meant the most to me. And yeah, there's an Ariel, one of the new ones. And I just stuck the ones that I wasn't currently thinking. So since I had two of her, I put one in storage and the other one. There's a Beach Fun Leah from, she's either a Cali girl or she's a Beach Fun doll. I can't remember. Then we have this one. These ones are actually both clean. So that's a clean pile right there. But yeah, that's Trendy Bendy Christie. She had wires in her hair and stuff. You could, like, twist her hair around, but her hair was chopped off and she was, like, covered in gunk. So I removed her hair and cleaned her up really nice. She will be getting a reroot. This doll was really sad. She was actually one I got from a thrift store called Thrift City in Louisville, Texas. And she literally looked like somebody bought her online and just stole her outfit and then donated the doll. She still had her little suntan lotion bottle on her hand. She still had her sunglasses, her original hair elastics. Really sad. So there's that one. She is not clean. Here's a Rapunzel. She actually, before I learned about putting Goo Gone in the hair, she's had this baby powder in her hair for like 2 years. So I'm going to try to wash that out of her hair. This is a Indonesia variant of Picture Pockets Barbie. Indonesia. I love these panties. I don't know why. Like, ever since I was little, I always loved these. Like, you would get ones that were flesh toned, or ones that were silver, or white, or pink. And like on some special ones, like Twirling Makeup Barbie and Teresa, you would get pearlized versions of the panties. Like, Twirling Makeup Teresa has pearlized purple, like lavender looking panties. And Barbie has pearlized pink ones, and then Christy has yellow ones. So it's very interesting. Here's a Raquel. I'm going to reroot her hair. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her hair, and she used to have really bad glue seepage, which she doesn't anymore. Because I, like, coated her hair in baby powder and brushed it out. She went through, like, 10 baby powder treatments and then washed with dish soap. That's why I prefer Goo Gone, is because it's quicker. But her hair is just too short. I don't like how short it is. I'd like her hair to at least be down to here. So I will probably reroot her hair. Her hair, even though the glue is out of her hair, it still feels kind of waxy. Not sticky or oily. That's Saran hair for you. Saran hair to me, it feels kind of like crayons. I don't know why. Unless you've shampooed and conditioned it freshly. But like after a while, it just starts feeling like crayons, and it kind of gets stringy and stuff like that. Not necessarily the 80s Barbies and stuff like the older Saran hair, but like newer Saran hair. Then we have this Barbie. I honestly don't know which one she is. I think she was some sort of doctor or something. She came with like a stethoscope, and she has earrings, and she has that hairstyle. I don't like how her bangs were rooted in. Like, they're not like the standard bangs that you see on dolls. Like, let me see if I could find one. Case in point, we have Bead Blast Barbie here, which she was basically rooted like any other doll with a middle part line. But the thing is, what the factories did was took from the part line and took like some of the front hair, like from here to like right there, and pulled it down and then cut it. And then set it into that style. So that's basically what that is. So you lift up, and you can see that the bangs are actually a part of her hair. This one, what they did was they rooted her hairline up this way and rooted it all the way up there. And then they folded this piece over, and then they took the rooting machine and rooted behind this hair to create that sort of thatching right there. And so that can get messed up really easily, and because they rooted it that way, they didn't root the front part of her hair that well, so you can see she doesn't have a part line that goes all the way to the front, and her hair plugs aren't rooted that well, so she's another dirty one. She has not been cleaned. This one's a Kid Connection clone doll. I have several of these, and her eyes are just wow, so amazing. I love it when these clone companies use their own face molds, like they don't copy. Like, I can't tell you how many Generation Girl, like that's the Generation Girl mold, that's the Generation Girl mold, so is that one. And I can't tell you how many clone Barbies I have seen that have used the Generation Girl face mold. So when I see a doll like this, another company that has created their very own face mold and facial screening and body and everything, I get really excited because it's like an entirely new doll. It's not something that you've seen before. So, and her hair is hella thick. I mean, oh my gosh. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. That's literally how thick her hair is. I mean, good lord. Like your standard Barbie comes with hair. There we go. See how much tinier that is? About that thick. She has a mane. She's not clean. She's not clean either. She looks clean, but she's not. Like, even though she looks clean, I don't really care. I'm still gonna wash her. And then there's, I forgot. I know what Barbie this one is. She came with a dog or something. She had earrings, like silver earrings. And yeah, she has those streaks. This is a doll that I found abandoned. I think it was out on the lawn in front of one of my apartments. So yeah, and I know what little girl she belonged to, but she left her out on the lawn, and she had been there for like a day or so. So I was like, you know what? She obviously doesn't care about her anymore. So yeah, she will be getting rerouted as well because her hair has been cut. She's missing hair plugs everywhere, and her saran hair is going through tons of breakage. It's really bad. So yeah, she will be getting new hair. But she is clean, so there's her. And then we have one of my saddest looking ones that I rescued. This is a Fairytopia one. I forget what she was, but this one belonged to my friend Carissa, and most of the damage you see was done by her. Like, her chipped face paint was from me, but like all these stains all over her, that was her. She like tried to give her a bodysuit with Sharpie or something, and then when I cleaned her, this is what happened. Like, the Sharpie stained all that, and then just, like, she cut her hair. So she cut like the front two parts to give her bangs or something, and she's just scratched and discolored. I actually did this. I got this doll back in 2005 or 2006, somewhere in that area. But yeah, she liked Bratz more than she did Barbies, and this was like her only Barbie doll that she had, and she gave her to me. She didn't like her, so. But this was my friend Carissa's doll, and she didn't want her. And I played with her like all the time, so that's why she's kind of worn, and her arms are loose and swingy and everything. And then we have a Steffi Love here, which I got before I moved over here, so it was kind of sad because she went in storage like right after I got her. So she has white earrings, but I don't know where they're at right now. But yeah, I think she was maybe a bride or something, I don't know, but I figured it. Oh, there it is. It says Simba Toys, made in China. One of her knees, unfortunately, is broken, but it still kind of bends. So yeah. Like, the part up here is broken, not the actual, like, part that bends. It's, like, up here somewhere where it's broken. Her other knee, on the other hand, bends fine. And then in here, we have this beautiful Belle doll. My Aurora, I have an Aurora doll like this when I left her behind in storage, but I put her away nicely. And, like, later on, I can't remember, I think I found this doll at the Goodwill, and then when I moved in with my family the first time, I think I wound up inheriting this dress. I honestly don't remember where I got the dress from, but apparently it was hers, so I put it on her. She's gorgeous. And then there's this clone from like the 70s or something, and her eyebrows rubbed off, and I used a Sharpie. For some reason, it didn't bleed. That's been on there for years and years and years. And it hasn't bled, like, all the way. So I don't know, like, maybe it's her vinyl or something, but her eyebrows rubbed off like magic as soon as I got her. This was actually a body, and I put my Pom Pom Diva's summer doll. She's about to get a reroute. So this is probably a temporary body for her, I'm not sure, but I've had her since 2008, maybe, and her body, like, fell apart. I wound up cutting off all her hair because it was really thin and everything, and I thought it was ugly. I just didn't take very good care of her, so. But now I'm making up for that by giving her a new body and giving her new hair and all that stuff. Then we have one of those mermaids that, you know, you take the top off and like it's kind of like Snap and Play Barbie. I forget what year, probably from 1992 or something like that. Yeah, it's just Snap and Style or something like that, and she's a mermaid. I also have the Caucasian version of her and the purple and the blue one. Then we have this girl. I can't remember her name. I actually have two of her. This one's my one with saran hair, and my other one has Kaneko on hair, but this is the Swan Lake, one of the Swan Lake dolls. I remember getting her from the Goodwill back in 2014. And this is a sad looking ballerina one, so like her hip joints, I used them, well actually no one of her legs actually broke off. That's right, and I've been trying to replace her hip joints for a while because I still have her legs. I tried to repaint her lips and did a horrible job because the lip paint, if some of you don't know, like back in like 2008 to 2010, maybe even 2011, Barbies were made with horrible face paint. You can see like her eyebrow is rubbed off too, but like I remember getting the She Said Yes. It was the Barbie and Ken set She Said Yes. Like Ken and Barbie got back together, and I went to wash the gel out of Ken's hair and his face just wiped right off with water. So yeah, little to no effort, and then Barbie's eyes rubbed off, but her lips stayed. So yeah, Barbies used to be made with horrible face paint, so that's a really sad looking ballerina that I've had forever. And here's a bride clone that has a see-through dress. Honestly, I don't know what they were thinking. I do have her veil, it's somewhere else, but there's her. I got her at a thrift store a while back. This one I actually got her identified. She's another clone, but she actually has the Mackie face. And if you can see, she actually has the Barbie underwears. They just left out the bees when they printed that on. So yeah, and she has a Barbie body and everything. So she's basically completely cloned from a Barbie, an actual Barbie. But this one's apparently a Sleeping Beauty Aurora knockoff. Then we have this 2002 Tooth Fairy Barbie hat. I remember getting her from Thrift City back in 2010. And she was literally broken, like her neck was broken. There we go. So I need to find her a new body. Couldn't leave her behind. And then we have this, oh, there's an Elsa cape thing. And then we have this Endless Hair Kingdom doll, which my sister painted that. Well, she had some nail polish that was the type that peels off. And I guess she thought that this one was one of those, and so she painted it on. Some of the nail polish wound up peeling off, and then this one didn't, and then we're like, whoops. So, but, it's no big. She's got some horrible glue seepage coming out of her head, so she will need a Goo Gone treatment. And then I found some of my Bratz Babies. All my Bratz Babies were in storage, and I didn't realize it. I kind of wanted to introduce my niece to these because, well, obviously, these are what LOL dolls were based off of. I mean, when you look at an LOL doll compared to Bratz Babies, you can definitely see the influence. Oh, and there's a Barbie head, a Barbie donor. I can't remember who got her body, though, or where her body is. I think somebody's actually on her body right now, but this one was one of those generic 2009 Barbies, and her hair was cut, so I took out all her original hair and gave her body to somebody else, but I can't remember who got her body. So yeah, she's one of those generic looking ones, but I prefer these over the current Barbies because at least these ones have makeup on and it makes them look more unique and interesting. So yeah, I think that's all the dolls. Oh, this is a Crafts doll head. Kind of creepy looking, but I used to have some of these back in 2004. They had like short haircuts, or like short hair, and it was done into like a flip. And my sister-in-law's aunt got me a bag of these because I hadn't seen them in forever, and I used to have tons of them. I used to try to do the crafts thing where I made them bodies. Like, they came They were just doll heads, and then they came with a bunch of hands, so you were supposed to make the body for them. And I actually made several of them, but most of the time I just played with them as doll heads. So, yeah, I didn't really mind if my dolls didn't have bodies back when I was a kid, so. But yeah, I got these. I have like 2 blonde ones and probably 3 brunette ones. There was like 5 of them. And I've had them since 2009. I do like the face, though. A lot of these clone dolls have really interesting looking faces. Again, they used a head mold that they made themselves. They didn't copy a Mattel mold. I don't know, I just kind of appreciate the simplicity of this. That's why I like to collect clone dolls, is because they're kind of ridiculously generic, that they kind of look unique in their own ways. Oh, there's another like 2009 Barbie head. I think she came with a dining room or something. I have 2 of her now. And there's a Polly fashion doll from the Family Dollar. That's a Polly fashion doll dress. Seen better days, but I do still have the doll that belongs to, so. And some weird looking dress. So yes. I hope you guys enjoyed this long video. Thank you guys for watching. More videos to come. I will definitely do an update on these dolls. I'm not sure if these are all the ones. Oh yeah, I also got that styling head right there. She's a color changing one from like the 80s. I got her out of storage too because she is gorgeous. So yeah. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching my long video. Really hope you guys are prepared for a long video. So anyhow, thank you guys for watching. More videos to come, and remember to stay true to you.